everyone. Welcome to Ridgetop Yoga Retreat Online Studio. Happy Valentines to everyone out there. We'll be working on the heart chakra in honor of Valentine's Day today. So if you want to just get comfortable in a seated position, and we'll get started in a few minutes. Make sure that you have a strap or maybe a belt or a hand towel. We'll need that for one of the asanas today. So just begin to get into a comfortable seated position, relaxing your hands on your lap, and then gently closing your eyes, and just begin to calm your mind and relax your body. Bringing your awareness to your breath, breathing in and out through your nose. Remember, this is your practice, so do what feels right for you today. If a pose doesn't feel right, just come out of the pose and wait for the next one. Listen to your body and make your practice your own. With each inhale, completely exhale, emptying your lungs completely. And maybe count your inhale and try to match your exhale to the same length of inhale and exhale. Feeling your chest rise and fall. As you get into a comfortable seated position, you can have a blanket or a block under you to sit on to lift your hips, to open up your hips a bit and relieve the pressure on your knees. And then just make sure that you're lengthening the spine, keeping a straight spine. Sometimes we have a tendency to round as we sit. And then just roll the shoulders around, back and down. And just bring your chin towards your chest. And bring your focus to your breath. If any thoughts come into your mind during practice, just let them go and come back to your breath. So today we will be working on the heart chakra. It's the fourth chakra located in the center of the spine, around heart center or heart level. And this is our self-love here. This is the area that serves for our compassion, our empathy, our love, and also being able to forgive is located here. And sometimes when the heart chakra is blocked, you'll feel anxious, your calmness disappears. So we'll work on opening the heart chakra today. So we're going to take 3 deep inhales in through our nose and exhale out through our mouth. So take a deep inhale in through your nose and slowly exhale out through your mouth. Take another deep inhale and slowly exhale out through your mouth. And last one, deep inhale in through your nose and slowly exhale out through your mouth. And just go back to your regular breath, inhaling and exhaling through your nose. And gently open your eyes and take a deep inhale. Reach your arms up overhead, elongating the spine, palms facing each other. Turn your palms facing out and slowly exhale your hands back down by your side. Inhale, reach up, arms overhead. And exhale, slowly release your hands by your side. And last one, inhale, reach up. Bring your palms together. And on the exhale, bring your hands to heart center, thumbs at your sternum, slight bow to your head. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, you can do that now. And give yourself gratitude for coming to your mat. Then inhale, reach up, arms overhead. And exhale, slowly release your hands by your side. And we're just going to place our hands on our knees and we're going to go into shoulder rolls. So inhale your shoulders forward and up. And then exhale your shoulders back and down. Match your breath to your movement. Inhaling the shoulders forward and up. And exhaling the shoulders back and down. And then we'll go in the opposite direction, inhaling the shoulders back, bringing those shoulder blades as close as you can back there, bringing them up and around. Exhale, forward and down, getting movement in the shoulders here, loosening these shoulders. And one more, inhale back and up, exhale, forward and down. And now we're just going to take our hands, interlace them behind our back, and press your hands down towards the mat here. Bringing those shoulder blades back, bringing the blades as close as you can together. And then just gently bring your chin to your chest here. Take a few deep breaths, feeling the stretch up the back of the neck. And then inhale, slowly draw a line with your nose up towards the sky here. Now once you're up there, stay with your gaze up towards the sky here. Put a slight space between your lips. Feel the stretch in the front of the throat. And then exhale, bring your neck back to neutral. Spine back to neutral. Take a deep inhale, really press those hands down towards the mat. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, slowly turn your gaze over your left shoulder. Feeling the stretch up on the right side of the neck here. Still pressing the hands down towards the mat. Take a few deep breaths here. Then inhale back to center and exhale right. Take a few deep breaths here. Then inhale to center and exhale, release your hands back by your side. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, really lengthening the spine here. And on the exhale, bring your right hand to left knee, left hand behind your left hip, lengthening the spine. Exhale, twist, looking over the left shoulder. Take a few deep breaths here. Release the twist. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring left hand to right knee, right hand behind your right hip. Lengthen the spine and exhale, twist, looking over the right shoulder. Release the twist. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, slowly release your hands by your side. Now just place your hands on your knees, and we're going to do a few seated cat-cows. So on the inhale, come forward, rock forward, bring your shoulders back, and take your gaze up for cow. And then on the exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, and rock back, taking your gaze towards your belly button here. Working on the heart chakra for cow. Inhale, lift the heart, take your gaze up, shoulders back. Exhale, tuck your chin and round your spine for cat. Match your breath to your movement, inhaling and exhaling. Opening the heart here. We'll do one more round and meet back in neutral spine. And if you're seated on a blanket or a block, you can take that out now. And we're going to go into Lord of the Fishes. So with the right leg bent, with your right foot towards that left hip, we're going to bring that left foot to the outer edge of that right knee. Here, lengthen your spine. If it's uncomfortable on that right leg, you can keep that right leg straight here. But try to bend your right foot towards that left hip. Keeping a straight spine here, place your left hand behind your left hip and bring that right elbow to the outside of that left knee. Your palm is facing to the left here. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, twist, looking over the right shoulder. Inhaling and exhaling here. Now release the twist and release that right hand to the side. Now from here, we're going to go into cow facing pose. So that left knee is over that right knee here. So you're going to bring that left foot towards that right hip. So your legs are crossed at the knees. If this is uncomfortable, just go into easy seat. And then from here, we're going to take, if you have a strap, if you have a belt, or you have a towel, we're going to place the right hand place the towel in the right hand and just bring that right hand back behind your right shoulder here. Try to bring it to the center actually of your back between your shoulders. You're going to bring the left hand behind you. So this is cow facing pose. So I'm going to turn around so you see how it looks here. So your right arm is back behind you, your left arm is here. If you don't need a strap, if your hands connect, you can just connect your fingers here, and you're going to feel the stretch in that right shoulder for cow facing pose. So we'll take a few deep breaths here, keeping a straight spine. If the legs are uncomfortable, just keep them in easy seat. Take a few deep breaths here, lifting the heart here, opening the chest. Now release the right hand, bring the left hand back to the side. Now we're going to switch the legs. So extend your legs, bring that bend that left leg, bring that left foot towards that right hip, and then just place your right foot on the outside of that left knee. We're going to go into the Lord of the Fishes on this side. If it's uncomfortable, keep that left leg straight out in front of you and just cross that right leg over the left. So you're trying to bend that left leg, that left foot by that right hip. Right hand goes behind your right hip, left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Left palm is facing the right. Take a deep inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, twist looking over that left shoulder. Or I'm sorry, twist looking over that right shoulder. I'm backwards here. Release the twist, come back to center. Now the right leg, bring that right foot towards that left hip. We're going to go into cow facing pose on this side. So put the strap or the towel in the left hand. Bend that elbow, let it fall down the center of your back. Then bring that right hand behind your back. If you don't need a towel, if your hands can reach, if your fingertips can reach, just interlace the fingertips behind the back. And you're going to feel the stretch in that shoulder, opening the chest here. If you don't need the towel, interlace the fingers behind the back. Release your hands, bring them to your side, and then release your legs, extend them long out on the mat. Fingertips on the mat beside you. Just point and flex your feet here. And then keeping your feet flexed, legs out in front of you. You can have a slight bend in your knees. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Palms facing each other. You can take your gaze up for a slight back bend. Exhale, hinge from your hips and begin to forward fold. Wherever your hands land is fine. Trying to lengthen the spine, come up on the inhale a little bit, and then exhale, begin to forward fold. Releasing the tension in the low back here. then inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Take your gaze up for a slight back bend. And exhale, slowly release your hands by your side. Now from here, we're going to go into reverse tabletop. So place your feet flat on the mat here, hip distance apart. And then place your hands behind you with your fingertips facing your glutes here. And on the inhale, we're going to begin to lift our hips up. And just be careful of your neck here. So you're lifting your hips for reverse tabletop here. You're pressing into the soles of your feet. Your gaze can be straight ahead or up towards the sky. Just be careful of the neck here. You're really trying to lift the hips. You're squeezing your glutes, pressing the soles of your feet into the mat. Your wrists are directly under your shoulders here. If you're comfortable here, you can go into reverse plank. So you can extend your feet long out on the mat, really keeping those hips lifted for reverse plank. This is your practice, so make it your own. And then come back to tabletop if you're in reverse plank. And then slowly lower your hips down towards the mat. So now we're going to go turn onto tabletop here, and we're just going to push back into child's pose and take a few deep breaths. Big toes overlap, pressing your hips back. Reach those arms out in front of you. Take a few deep breaths here. Now we're going to come back into our tabletop, making sure our hips are over our knees, our shoulders are over our wrists, pressing the tops of our feet into the mat. We're just going to do a few rounds of cat-cow here. Inhale, drop the belly, take your gaze up, lifting the heart. Exhale, tuck the chin around the spine. Match your breath to your movement. And we'll do one more and meet back in neutral spine. Now we're going to go into thread the needle, but we're going to go into a dynamic movement first. So we're going to start with the left. Inhale, lift that left arm up towards the sky. And then exhale, bring that left hand behind that right arm. You're just a gentle movement. Inhale, raise the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, bring it behind the right arm. Palm is up. And then inhale, one more time, reach that left arm high up towards the sky, opening the chest here. And then we're going to go into thread the needle. Exhale, bring the left arm behind the right. Bring that left shoulder and ear down to the mat. And then that right arm can be out in front of you, or you can place it on your low back, opening up the chest here. If it's uncomfortable bringing your head down to the mat, you can place a blanket or a block there and bring your head down to the blanket or the block. Take a few deep breaths here. Then place your right hand on the mat. Inhale, lift that left arm up towards the sky. And exhale, place it back down onto the mat. And now we're going to do the other side. So inhale that right arm up towards the sky, opening up the chest here. Exhale, bring it back behind that left arm. Your palms facing up here. It's a gentle movement. Inhale, raise that right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, bring it behind that left arm. And one more time, inhale, lift the left arm up towards the sky. And exhale, thread the needle, bring that right shoulder and right ear down to the mat. Your right palm is facing up. You can place that left arm out in front of you, or you can place it on your low back, opening up that left shoulder here. Take a few deep breaths here. Then place that left hand back down on the mat. Take a deep inhale, raise that right arm up towards the sky, and exhale, bring that right hand back down to the mat. We're going to go into puppy pose to get a deep stretch in the shoulders and upper back. So keeping your hips over your knees, just walk those hands out in front of you, bringing your forehead down to the mat. If you can bring your chin to the mat, that's great. Whatever's comfortable. Trying to get the chest as close to the mat as you can. Take a few deep breaths here. Then slowly walking your hands back to center. We're going to come up on our knees and go into half camel. To open up the heart here, bring your hands to your low back. Elbows are facing back here. And then just gently press on the low back area. Lifting the heart and take your gaze up for a slight back bend here. And then we'll come back to neutral spine and extend that left leg out to the side here, parallel with the back of the mat. The top of the right foot is pressing down into the mat. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms up overhead, lengthening the spine. And then exhale, bring that right hand down to the mat. Left arm over that left ear. You want a straight line from your left hand to your left foot. Now from here, if you want to go into a dynamic movement, raise that left foot level with the left hip. Point the toes. Take a deep inhale, lengthening. Exhale, bring your elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Match your breath to your movement here. And we'll do one more and then bring your foot back down to the mat. Now bring that left hand so it makes a straight line from your right hand to your left. Now if you want to go into full if you want to extend that right leg out and then bring it back down and then bring that right hand down, we're going to go into downward facing dog from side plank. Take a few deep breaths here. we're going to come back to our knees. Extend that right foot out to the side so it's level with the front of the mat. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms up overhead, lengthening the spine. And exhale, bring that left hand down to the mat. Feel the stretch in the right side of the body. You should have a straight line from that right hand to the left. And if you want to go into a dynamic movement, raise that right foot level with that right hip. And then take a deep inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bring the elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And we'll do one more. And then place your foot on the mat, really reaching out through the fingertips. Now this is supported side plank. If you want to go into full side plank, you can extend that left foot and keep a straight line from that right hand to the left. You're lifting through the hips. And then bring that knee back down to the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, bring your hands by your side. Bring that knee in. And we're going to go into child's pose. Take a few deep breaths here. Now we're going to come into tabletop and we're going to go into our first downward facing dog. So flip your toes, hover your knees, and really engage your thighs here. And then begin to shift your hips up towards the sky. And pedal out your feet. It's the first downward facing dog. Pressing your hips high. Pressing your chest towards your thighs. Maybe going high on your toes and sinking those heels down. Inhale, look up between your hands. And exhale, walk or step forward, forward fold. Take a few deep breaths here. First, standing forward fold. You can have a slight bending your knees here. You can hold opposite elbow to opposite hand. Sway from side to side. And then release your hands. And inhale, slowly come up, hands overhead. Exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, release. We're going to take a few deep breaths in Tadasana and mountain pose. Really bring those shoulders back and down, lifting the heart. Grounding down through your feet. Bringing your feet together here. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers, pointer finger out, lengthening the spine. Exhale, just gently lean to your left here. Feeling the stretch in that right hip, right side of the body. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Take a slight back bend. Gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly roll up, hands overhead. Slight back bend. And exhale, left. Inhale, center. And exhale, right. Inhale, back to center, slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up, hands overhead. Slight back bend. Exhale, left. Last one. Inhale, center. And exhale, right. Inhale, back to center, slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, slowly come up, hands overhead. And exhale, slowly release your hands by your side. Now we're going to go into pyramid. So your right foot's out in front of you, step your left foot back, and your feet are hip distance apart. Interlace your hands behind your back, press your hands, your fingertips down towards the mat here. Lifting the heart, take an inhale, take your gaze up. On the exhale, hinge from your hips and begin to forward fold. When you get halfway, stop. Engage your core, lengthen your spine. Then take a deep inhale and exhale, forward fold. Your hands might lift up behind you, that's okay. You're going to feel the stretch of the back of the legs here. Then inhale, slowly roll back up to center. Bring your hands to heart center. And we're going to step that left foot back further parallel. We're going into warrior two. So you want that back left leg foot parallel with the back of the mat. Front heel in alignment with your back arch. And just turn your hips towards the long side of the mat. Put a bend in that front knee. And then when you're ready, extend your arms for warrior two. Take your gaze over that front hand, middle finger, and bring your shoulder blades back and down. Take a few deep breaths here. Now we're going to go into a dynamic movement. So from warrior two, we're going to go into reverse warrior. So flip your front palm, drop your back arm. Inhale to reverse warrior. And exhale, warrior two. Really putting a bend in that front knee here. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. Now straighten that front knee. And we're going to go into triangle. So reach that right arm as far as you can. And then bring the back of that right hand to your right calf. Left arm up towards the sky. Make sure your left hip is stacked over the right. Make sure it doesn't turn into that right leg. Take a few deep breaths here. come back to warrior two. And now we're just going to turn towards that front leg, bring that left arm in front of you, and step forward to Tadasana. Take a few deep breaths here. Now we're going to do the other side. So we're going to step that right foot back. Feet are hip distance apart. Interlace your hands behind your back. Going into pyramid. Bring those shoulder blades back and down. Take your gaze up for a slight back bend. And exhale, hinge from your hips and begin to forward fold. When you get halfway, stop. Lengthening the spine here, engage your core. Then take a deep inhale and exhale, forward fold. Then inhale, slowly roll back up to center. Bring your hands to heart center and step that right foot back parallel with the front of the mat. Then turn your hips towards the long side of the mat, going into warrior two, strong warrior two. Make sure you can see your big toe on that front foot. Shoulder blades back and down, gaze over your left hand. Check in with your back arm, make sure it's level with the front arm, level with the shoulders. And now we're going to go into dynamic movement, into reverse warrior and back to warrior two. So flip that front palm up, drop your back arm, inhale, reach that left arm up towards the sky for reverse warrior. And exhale, warrior two. Match your breath to your movement. And we'll do one more and meet back in warrior two. Strong warrior. And now straighten that front knee. Reach that left arm as far as you can in front of you. Bring the back of the left hand to the calf. Right arm up to the sky. Straight line from your right hand to your left. Making sure that right hip doesn't turn in towards that left leg. Hips are stacked. Opening the chest here. Come back to warrior two. And now we're just going to bring that right hand to meet the left and step forward to Tadasana, to mountain pose. Take a few deep breaths here. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Take your gaze up for a slight back bend. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Let your head get you deeper into the fold here. Inhale, slowly come up, hands overhead. And exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, release. Now bringing your feet together. We're going to do that same sequence, but as we come up, we're going to go into chair pose. So your feet can be together, or if you have problems balancing, you can have a slight space between your feet here. So inhale, reach up, arms overhead. Take your gaze up for a slight back bend. And exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale to a half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your hands up into chair, bending the knees. Strong chair, check in with make sure your knees aren't over your toes here. Engage your thighs here for chair. Then inhale, reach up, and exhale, release your hands by your side. Inhale, reach up, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly come up, hands overhead, into chair. Exhale, into chair. Really see if you can get deeper into that chair. Bringing your hands to heart center here. Lift the right heel, then the left. Alternating feet. Maybe going up on both, lifting both heels at the same time. Checking in with your knees. And then releasing the heels back down to the mat. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, release your arms by your side. And last one, inhale, reach up, arms overhead, gaze up for a slight back bend. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale to a half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Begin to bend your knees and exhale into chair. Last one, bring your hands to heart center. Check in with your knees. And then take a deep inhale and exhale left. Making sure one knee's not in front of the other. Then come back to center. Take a deep inhale and exhale right. Inhale back to center. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, release your hands by your side. Take a few deep breaths in Tadasana and mountain pose. Come to the front of our mat. And inhale, reach up, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Engage your core here. And from here, we're just going to lower down to the mat. And we're going to take a few deep breaths in crocodile pose. So your toes are pointing to the outsides of the mat. Your inner thighs are on the mat. If it's uncomfortable, you can keep the tops of your feet on the mat. Your forearms are stacked over each other, and just lower your forehead to your forearms. Take a few deep breaths here. And now we're going to go into locust pose. So for locust pose, the tops of your feet are pointing, you're on the tops of your feet, your toes are pointed back. Your palms are flat on the mat beside you, and your forehead is on the mat. Now, for locust pose, we're going to lift our head, shoulders, and chest, arms up off the mat, and feet are pointed back, lifted up off the mat. Your gaze is straight ahead. You can watch me first. So we're going to go into a dynamic movement with locust pose. So we're pressing our pelvis, our hips towards the mat. And then we're going to go into a dynamic movement with our arms. So we're going to bring them out in front of us and then bring them back behind us. So as you bring them in front of you, your palms are going to be facing each other, and then bring them back for your palms facing down. So we'll take a cleansing breath, and then we'll begin. So take a deep inhale in through your nose, and slowly exhale out through your nose. And inhale, lift for locust. You're looking straight ahead. You're lifting the heart here, fingertips pointed back. And then bring those arms out in front of you, palms facing each other. And exhale, bring them back beside you. Inhale, bringing them out in front of you, pressing your hips towards the mat. Exhale, bringing them behind you. Inhale, one more, and exhale. Then place your feet back on the mat. We'll take a few deep breaths, bringing your forearms out in front of you. Your inner thighs are on the mat. Toes are pointed to the outsides of the mat for crocodile pose. Bring your forehead to your forearms and take a few deep breaths here. Now from here, we're just going to roll on to our backs. And bring your feet mat width apart. Arms out to the side. We're just going to let our knees fall from side to side. Windshield wiper our legs out to the sides. And then come to stillness. Hug your knees into your chest and rock from side to side. And then place your feet flat on the mat, hip distance apart. Extend your arms out to the side. Place your right ankle over your left knee. inhale, and on the exhale, begin to roll onto that left hip, bringing that right foot down to the mat, keeping your shoulder blades flat on the mat, and take your gaze over your right hand. Then inhale back up to center. Bring your right foot down to the mat. Bring your left ankle over that right knee. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Slowly roll onto that right hip. Bringing that left foot down to the mat. Taking your gaze over your left hand. And inhale, slowly come back up to center. Bring your hands by your side. Bring that left foot back down to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest and rock from side to side. Place your hands on your knees here and make sure your back is flat on the mat here, and just keeping your knees together, just make circles with your knees. You'll feel it massage that low back there. We did a lot of back bends today. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. And then come to stillness and extend those feet up towards the sky for legs up the wall. You can point and flex your feet. Now, keeping your feet flexed here, just place your hands on your abs, on your stomach, and just slowly roll up towards your legs here, lifting your head and shoulders off the mat. No strain in the neck here. And then exhale back down to the mat. And then inhale, gently lift your head and shoulders off the mat. And then slowly lower back down to the mat. And last one, inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Keeping your feet flexed here, push through your heels. And we'll go into happy baby, bending your knees towards your chest, holding your ankles, the outsides of your feet or your big toes, soles of your feet facing the sky. You can rock from side to side if you're comfortable with that. Making sure that your low back stays on the mat. Then hug your knees into your chest. And we'll get ready for Shavasana. So you can have the soles of your feet together and your knees falling out to the sides for a reclined bound angle pose. Arms away from your body, palms facing up. Or you can extend your legs long out on the mat, letting your feet fall out to the side corners of the mat. And gently close your eyes and bring your focus to your breath. breathing in and out through your nose. Feeling your belly rise and fall on the inhale and exhale. Relaxing your forehead, relaxing your eyes, removing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relaxing your shoulders, your upper arms, your forearms, all the way to the tips of your fingers. Relax your chest, your abdomen, your hips. Relax the front of your thighs, your knees, your shins. Relax your ankles, the tops of your feet, all the way to the tips of your toes. Relax the soles of your feet, your calves, the backs of your thighs. Relax your low back, mid back, and upper back. Relax the back of your shoulders, the back of your neck, all the way to the crown of your head. Continue your breath past the crown of your head, all the way past the tips of your toes, a continuous flow of air. Begin to put movement back in your body, wiggling your fingers and toes, moving your head from side to side. And with your eyes closed, you can come up to seated position, either rolling onto your side and coming up, or rocking back and forth, coming up to seated position. And bring your hands to heart center, thumbs at your sternum, slight bow to your head. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for sharing in your practice with me today. If you have any questions or suggestions, please send us a message. Practice is a little off, being in a different place practicing, so if it seems a little different, it's different for us also. But we are glad you're practicing with us, and we're looking forward to seeing everyone in the studio sometime towards the middle of March. And have a wonderful Valentine's Day, and remember, take care of yourself, take care of your heart. Have a great day. Namaste.